What's up, my opas? It's been a while since I've done a live stream like this. Hold on, my camera's like, okay, there. But it had like some dust on it. Can I zoom out? You see, it doesn't let me zoom out. Why doesn't it let me? Whatever. I got this. There we go. It's been a while since I've done a live stream like this, where it's like I just, just kind of like a hang out while I'm waiting in the van or the car or whatever to pick up my kids from school. So these are the kind of live streams that it's like a very chill kind of live stream where we hang out, we talk about different things, whether it's like things that might be going on in your life, or maybe some video games you're looking forward to, or maybe you just want to ask me some questions, get some advice from me, or whatever the case may be. I mean, that's what this kind of live stream is for, where we just kind of hang out. God, I look so fucking tired. I mean, I slept a good amount, but I look so fucking tired. I don't know, whatever. Mythical Winter Beach Burning One, what's going on? Aster, yeah, another chill stream. We have, like I said, we haven't had one of these in a long time. And this is like, okay, we've had chill streams, right? So we've had chill streams, but I mean, like, we haven't had a live vlog in a car type of stream in a good while. So I mean, streamed 5 hours of SAO last night, like a beast. Well, but I mean, that doesn't tire me out. That's what you like. Don't confuse that, because that doesn't tire me out. I ended the stream at midnight. I went to sleep around 2 because I recorded my SAO video for this morning. So I went to sleep around 2, and I woke up at 7. That's a good 5 hours for me, you know. Random Space Cowboy, how you doing? John, what's going on? How's your day going? Mine's good. Mine's finally live stream I could participate in. Kudo, what's up, Kudo? How you doing, dude? Bro, Kudo, we were talking about you last night. We were talking about you last night. How you need to chill on the spending in the gacha games, bro. Like, it's too much, and like it comes out of love. That's all. Aster, can you do me a favor, Aster, and can you promote this in Discord for me, because I can't promote it while I'm live streaming on my phone. Too much dough on the gacha. Yeah, too much dough on the gacha, man. No, it's too much. It's too much. That's why we're talking about you. Again, like, it's out of love, because people brought you up the saying, because there's only like 2 real content creators who cover. I mean, there's a couple other ones, but the 2 that people see mostly for Rising Steel are yourself and mine, and so, like, that's why your channel got brought up, because people were asking if I know you, and I'm like, yeah, I know Kudo. We talk all the time. He's in my Discord. Obviously, you're here. I keep pointing over there. You're here. So yeah. So that's what I was saying. Like, because I the way that I explained it last night, and we had a 5-hour fucking live stream, bro. I spent like 2K. Oh Jesus, and that shit closed down. Yeah. Say the money for something, for like some music or a hoodie or something. Aster, thank you, I appreciate it. So we were the way that I explained it, because some people were talking to me or saying that they wanted to do content creation and stuff like that, and I told them, when you're doing content creation, you got to be really careful, because if you plan on doing content creation on something like a mobile game, you have to make sure that you don't overspend, because it's very easy to overspend, and that you want to, that if anything, like, you need to at least break even, because I mean, unless you're getting tens of thousands of views a day, you're not really making anything. Like, you're not making much money on YouTube. I don't make that much. I get like 4,000 views a day. I don't make that much. Okay. I could push myself even more than I do, which I probably will start doing. Sorry. But it's just one of those things where it's like, if you don't have that return on investment, don't do it, Don't get me wrong, I love SAO. It's just games what need money and stuff. I'm just getting done with it, and there's no IRL payoff. Even my YouTube stuff, it took me a year to see. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. It's so easy to spend money when you're a YouTuber, but you don't realize or you don't think about the return on investment. If you don't have the return on investment, then you should not be spending what you spend. I mean, I don't know how much you spend in games or whatever, but to give an example, okay, so if I, what the fuck am I getting oh, okay, so to give an example, if I want to spend money on the channel, I need to make sure I'm making a certain amount in the month for YouTube. Like I'm not including any outside income, like from my regular job or anything like that. I'm just saying like YouTube. So if I plan on spending money on SAO Rising Steel, whether it's like $60 or whatever, I need to make sure that I'm making that money back. I gotta make that money back, whether it's through YouTube or donations or something. Like there's got to be some return on investment on it, or else I'm just in the negative all the time. And I did that with Dokkan for a little bit, and then I quit because I was like, wait, I'm spending way too much money, and I wasn't even spending that much money on Dokkan. There was some periods of time where I did, but like I was like, I would rather take this money and spend it on a vacation with my family and stuff like that. So I did. I stopped spending money in gacha games like Dokkan or whatever. I never spent money in Not So Blazing when I played it, or Memory Defrag, but for Dokkan, I stopped spending money in Dokkan, and because I did that, I was able to take my family on vacation. We bought annual passes to Disney for the four of us, and we would go like every weekend to Disney because we were able to afford it. So that's what I did, and yeah, I mean that's just things you got to think about. And I know the size of your channel. I know how many views your channel gets, because I'm very nosy. I pay attention to how many views people's channels get per day, because I like to compare myself with others. Hey, Aster, thank you for the dono, man. Everybody hashtag treasure for Aster. This is how you help my boy out. Aster, I appreciate it, man. I really do. So I'm very nosy. I like to see how other channels do and compare my channels to them. Exotic Clouds, what's going on? Welcome. Rain, welcome. It's important to not go ham on the game and you get burned out more quickly. Yeah, that's the other thing too. Not SAO Rising Steel isn't that bad compared to SAOIF. It's awful. SAOIF is one of the worst gacha games I've ever played. You want to talk about really bad rates? SAOIF has the worst rates I've ever seen. Where the percentages are just way too low. Now I've got 2 jobs to make more money since I need rent, and games are getting too much. The only reason I pay on gacha games is as I don't play PC games or stuff. I know we had that conversation. You don't really play games, and that's fine. That's fine. I was just using it as an example to kind of explain to people how business works. Usually in the first year you're in the negative for any business. Whatever you do, you're in the negative for your first year. Whether it's YouTube, whether you open up your own business, depending on the business, you might be negative for the first 1 to 5 years, really, depending on what it is. Like if you open up a restaurant, you're in the negative in a restaurant on average for the first 3 years. What happened to your Twitter? I don't know what happened to your Twitter. But for YouTube, I was in the negative on YouTube for the first year and a half. Once I started once I was able to monetize my channel and people were donating and stuff and becoming members, then I got away from the negative and I started breaking even. Now that my channel's grown enough, I mean, I'm coming up on the 3rd year. Now that my channel's grown enough, I'm actually in the positive for things. If I don't, if I keep control of my my spending. Your account got taken down for what? For what? But yeah, so now like I'm in the positive for my YouTube channel as long as I keep my spending on in control. And then that's a really hard thing to do because of gaming. Like I always want to buy the newest games and the collector's editions and all this stuff. Calibred, what's going on? Slayer, how you doing? Let's see. If I spend my money on gacha games, it's probably only for waifu collectors, but even still. So, to give an example, um, what was it? Last month, I got I got paid on YouTube, 200 and I think it was like $260, something like that. I took that money to get to pay some debt because I needed to. So that's why like I haven't been spending money in Rising Steel or really any game. Like I took the end of December, January, February. Like I took these months, or yeah, we're in January now, but all the way until February. I'm taking these 3 months to pay debt, like to pay credit cards, to pay a student loan, and like all the money that I'm making from YouTube right now, which is not that much, not that much. I used to pay off debt because I have kids and stuff like that, and so like holiday season puts you in debt always because you spend money on gifts for your kids and things like that. Will I pay your credit card debts? Hell no, Ashley. You got your husband buys you expensive ass things. Tell your husband to get his finances under control, and then you're good. So I that's what I'm doing. That's where I am at the moment. Like I'm like really bad in debt right now because of holiday season, because like we had to catch up on bills. And it's not that bad in debt. Like we're paying all our bills, right? Like we're paying all our bills. We always make our credit card bills and everything's on time. So it's not really that bad. It's just that we are in debt. And a lot of it also my student loans. But like I'm taking that time to pay off debt, so that way like I can go ahead and pay for things like Final Fantasy VII Remake, the collector's edition. I have to, like, Square Enix is sending me emails. I need to pay I need to pay for my collector's edition for Final Fantasy VII Remake by almost the end of February to ensure that I get my first class collector's edition. So I gotta pay for that. Other things are already paid for, like the Persona 5 Royal collector's edition. That's already paid for. I'm kind of glad that games got pushed back. Like for example, like Final Fantasy VII. I'm kind of glad it got pushed back. Also, Resident Evil 3 Remake Collector's Edition. I have that's like partially paid for. It's things like that. Like I gotta keep my finances under control, so that way I can do what I want to do. Plus, we also want to buy a house this year. Like me and my wife, we want to. Is it me or do I look a little bit pale? No, that's you. I always look like this. I always look like this. But plus it's different lighting than what you see in my house. So we want to buy a house this year, and in order to do that, I have to get my credit rating back up. We need to get rid of some debt and all that stuff. Like that's our goal for this year. Our income tax money we're putting into a savings account so that way we can put a down payment on the house. I'm selling my RX-7 probably tomorrow, which makes me sad because like I don't use it. Like it's not running. I need to fix it, and I don't have the time to fix it, or really the drive to fix it, to be honest with you. So I'm selling my RX-7. Somebody's coming probably to pay it tomorrow. What's an RX-7? A Mazda RX-7. I have a 1987 Mazda RX-7 Turbo 2 that is really built up for racing. The engine, I built the engine to be able to withstand 500 horsepower to the wheels. Like it's built. The freaking car is built for racing. But I'm selling it. And a guy is coming tomorrow to buy it, and because it's not running, and I need to sell it because it's just sitting there. Unfortunately I'm selling it for super cheap, which really makes me really sad because I bought that car with the intentions of racing it because I used to race cars. I had a Mazda RX-8 and I used to race that. Legal racing. I mean, I did some illegal racing in the beginning, but legal racing when I lived in Miami. And so we used to travel, me and my team, we used to travel from Miami to Orlando to over where I live now, and we used to do competitive racing. And so like we all had our own cars for specific things. So we had drag cars, we had road courses, cars that were good for road courses, cars for autocrossing and stuff like that. So different events we would compete with the different cars that we had. Fuck, there's like a smudge on here. And so I with my RX-8, I used to handle the road courses and the autocrossing. And so I used to race in Homestead Miami Speedway. I used to race in Moroso, which is not called Moroso anymore. I forgot what it's called. And then we would come over here and we would race over here. Yes, there's legal racing where I live now. There is. But the thing is, so I bought my RX-7 6 years ago, almost 7 years ago, actually, with the intentions of building it up. Yeah, I mean, when I bought it, it ran just fine, but it wasn't at the power that I wanted it to be. So I built it up, and so when I got it back, that thing is beast. Like when it was running, it was fucking beastly. Freaking 15 pounds of boost on a T3 T4 50 trim hybrid turbo. It had ported intake and exhaust, like large ports. So it didn't run well on low RPMs, but high RPMs, oh, it was fucking beast. And or it is a fucking beast. It just needs to be torn down and rebuilt again. And it was like I had a blast on it. It was loud as fuck. But because it's not running currently, I have to sell it for super cheap. It's selling for like $2,000 because I'm like, somebody take it, because I can't just keep it here in my driveway anymore. So just somebody take it, and that's it. And it makes me sad because it's like that's the last thing from my younger days, and that makes me sound so old, but I'm 34. Back when I was 21, I bought my RX-8, and I used to race it like crazy. And not 21, was it 21? Yeah, I was 21. I was 21. I bought my RX-8, brand new. It was $34,000 is how much it cost me, but I was making $50,000 a year back then. And so, I was doing not professional, it was amateur racing, but legal amateur racing for the better part of 3 years. I quit in 2009, and then so I said 7 years, so 2013, yeah, 2013, I bought my RX-7, though the one I have now, with the intentions of racing it, and in 7 years I never raced it. So that's like me selling it is kind of like me giving up and like not giving up the dream, but like saying, hey, I'm not 21 anymore. I'm not going to be racing, like, as much as I would like to. I'm not going to be racing cars or anything like that anymore. So it's just time to sell it. It's time to let it go. And yeah, that's what I'm doing. Like, I have kids, I have a family now, and we want to buy a house. So it's like time to grow up. It sucks, but I mean, it is what it is. Let me see the chat really quick. I'll buy the Yuki figure. You can buy a Yuki figure on your own. You don't need to buy it from me. Iconic Ian, what's up, man? What time is it there? It's 2:50 something. It's almost 3. 34 is still pretty young. I mean, I'm not saying I'm old. I'm just saying, like, I'm not a kid anymore. I'm not a teenager. I'm not 21, I can still drink like I'm 21, but I'm not 21, Like, my wife can't drink like she's 21 anymore. After having kids, she can't drink like she's 21 anymore. She gets hammered after, like, the first drink. But I can still drink like I'm 21. I can fucking do Jaeger bombs and shots or whatever. But, like, as far as everything else in my life, I'm not 21 anymore. I gotta let go of some of the things that I held on to. It's just part of growing up. let's see, how much was I asking for? Originally, I was asking for $3,500 for the RX-7. I dropped it $1,500 just because I need to get rid of it. And the longer it sits in my driveway, the more damage is going to be done to the car, because heat in Florida destroys the plastic on the interior, and you know, it's not good to just leave it sitting there. So the value is going to continue to depreciate if it just sits there. So I'm like, the first $2,000 that somebody brings me, they take it. It's what I call moving on. It's moving on. And I'm not the type of person, I don't have attachments to material things. That's more of it's more of a just kind of like, I look at it and I'm like, well, you know, I guess it's time to grow up type of deal. You know, I've never had that attachment to things. I'm the type of person, like, I go and I clean out my closet, my garage, and like, I don't need this. Why do we have this? And I just start throwing shit away. That's the type of person I am. I don't have attachments unless it's like video games or whatever. Like specific video games I have attachments to because I have sentimental value to it. But other than that, like, I don't have really much attachments to any material things. Am I sitting in my car? Yeah, I am. I'm waiting for my kids to get out of school. Let's see. Yeah, but the money would go to you. Bro, there's no reason for that. No reason for that. I know, man, growing up is so hard. Yeah, well, I mean, it's fine. That's honestly too bad. I don't live near Florida. I would buy it off you. No, don't worry about it. I have so much stuff with sentimental value to me. But that's the thing, like, how much stuff do you need to hold on to for sentimental value, you know? Like, you don't really need to hold on to that much stuff. In the end, which dark character did I upgrade, Yuki or Edis? Neither. I haven't upgraded either yet. Me too, like Final Fantasies or Resident Evil. It's not the object itself, sometimes it's the memories that are tied to them. But that's the thing, I don't have any memories tied to... Well, okay, alright, hold on. I do have a sentimental value a little bit to the RX-7, and here's why. My stepdad owned an RX-7. He had a 1987 RX-7 that he bought brand new when he was young, and he had that until my brother was born. And I really, really wanted that RX-7. It was gorgeous. He maintained it like crazy. It was immaculate. The paint was gorgeous. The interior, like the leather and everything, it was just absolutely gorgeous. And it was stick shift, and he taught me how to drive stick shift on that car. Like it was a gorgeous car, and I fell in love with RX-7s because of his car. And so I bought the RX-7. I had two RX-7s. The first RX-7 I had was a convertible, but I bought this one because of a hardtop, and I wanted to take my stepdad for a drive in the RX-7. And then 5 years ago, my stepdad had a really bad car accident. He was a passenger, and he almost died. The car accident was severe. Like, his arm got severed. They had to helicopter him to the hospital. They had to rush him in, and he had to go in immediate surgery. And they saved his life, and they saved his arm. They reattached his arm. And I have a sentimental attachment to the RX-7 because of my stepdad. Because I wanted to take him for a ride in the RX-7, because that's the car he had. He loved that car. The exhaust had caught on fire one morning, and then the insurance company deemed it a total loss, and that's what happened to the car. It could have been repaired. I mean, it wasn't a big deal. It could have been repaired, but they deemed it a total loss. And so I wanted to take him for a ride in the RX-7. I took him for a ride when I had my RX-8. I let him drive it around. He loved it. He loved how it felt to drive it. It made him so happy. So I wanted to let him drive the RX-7 that I bought. But after the accident, he wasn't able to drive it. So I wanted to take him for a ride in the RX-7, and I never got that chance to do it. I never got that chance. I'm talking like my stepdad's not around. My stepdad, of course, he's still around, but I just never got around to giving him a ride in the RX-7. And so that's the sentimental attachment that I have with the RX-7. But I mean, it's other than that, it's not that big a deal for me, honestly. Got a plastic bin that if I don't fit in there, I get rid of stuff. That's my managed stuff I'm allowed to have. Uh, I want to meet Goshen Juniors. Huh? What do you mean you want to meet Goshen Juniors? My mom has stuff that has a set amount of value. Now she's a hoarder. Yeah, see, that's the thing that I don't like doing. I don't like hoarding shit. Because then it just takes up a whole bunch of room for no reason. You should have seen my garage before I cleaned it the fuck out. Like, holy crap. If I win Mega Millions, I'll give you some, but luck needs to be on my side. What's the temperature there in Florida? Right now, it's 76 degrees. But normally, it's like 90 degrees. Did I plan on doing something for 100k subs? Well, I mean, if I hit 100k subs before December, I was planning on doing a 24-hour live stream. We didn't hit that, so I'll have to find another. We'll have to find another thing to do for 10k. Mind if I meet Goshen Juniors? What are you talking about? My kids? Oh no, nobody meets my kids. Nobody meets my kids. No offense to you when I say this, but fuck you. Nobody meets my kids. No. That's a big fuck you, no. Okay? Again, no offense. That's a big fuck you, no. I don't allow my kids on camera, nothing like that. No. 10k equals 100k. My mom can't live in her house because of all the stuff. Oh, Jesus. 58 here in Kentucky and rain. Yeah, dude, when I was in Kentucky, it was gorgeous. I loved it. I mean, it was a little warm when we went because it was in the summer, but we were in the mountains, so it wasn't so bad. And at night, oh, it was so gorgeous being up there at night. I loved it. Like, we want to go back for vacation again in Kentucky because there was so much more that we wanted to do in Mammoth Caves. We'd probably go back again this summer. We'll probably go back. I planned that whole fucking trip out. It cost more than I intended it to cost, just because we did extra stuff. We did extra stuff that we weren't intending on doing. Yeah, there was some other things that we wanted to do. Don't Kentucky turn into shit? No, like we go for the tourist attractions. You know, Mammoth Caves was fantastic. I loved it. My kids loved it. It was so much fun. We stayed at Jellystone Park by Mammoth Caves, which was great. I mean, because it was perfect for kids because they had like a whole ton of stuff. They had like they had a water slide, a freaking fantastic pool. They had like a lake with that blob thing that like you jump on and they go flying. Like, it was just so much fun to be there, and then like you just camp out. Oh, it was great. It's great. Next time we go, instead of renting a cabin, I actually want to camp out. Like, we're gonna go buy one of those big tents, like the family tents that you can get at like Bass Pro Shops, and we'll fucking camp out, bro. Like, really want to. Am I gonna play Alice's Asian Licorice when it comes out? I do. I want to. It comes out in May. And okay, so since Cyberpunk 2077 got pushed back to September, May is free now. May is like, I'm good to go. I can actually play Licorice in May. You see Cave Run Lake is so beautiful. I'll jot that down. I mean, there's a lot of stuff we wanted to do in Kentucky. We didn't get a chance to. We wanted to do the historic tour in Kentucky. But we didn't get a chance to do the historic tour. We did I forgot what tour we did, but I wanted to do the historic tour because I wanted to see the buildings and stuff in there. Last time I went camping, I ran into a panther. Bro, we got panthers here in Florida. Like, I freaking ran into bobcats. I had a bobcat stalking me when I was walking my dogs one time. That shit was scary. It didn't come near because of my dogs, but if I didn't have my dogs, I don't know what would have happened. Cause like I heard it, and then all you see is like the glowing eyes in the bushes, and it's like, fuck you. I live in Ohio. It's cold. I mean, all those states are cold right now. Like, here in Florida, it got freaking cold for Florida. It got over here where I live, it was 29 degrees 2 days ago. Yesterday it wasn't. Was it yesterday? It might have been yesterday. No, it was 2 days ago. It was 29 degrees 2 days ago. And Yesterday in the morning it was like 40 something. This morning it was like 50 something. But it was fucking cold. It's probably stalking your dogs and didn't come near because of you. No, I don't think so, because not cougars. Bobcats are smaller. They're not as big as panthers. So because bobcats are smaller, the dogs are intimidating. Like Samus, she's a beagle, but she's not purebred beagle, so she looks bigger. She's the size. She's like a little bit smaller than a bobcat, and bobcats, or just predators in general, they won't attack multiple carnivores. Like, you're talking, like, they're gonna target things that are easy for them to kill. So attacking a dog that'll put up a fight is not the smartest thing to do. When you did the guaranteed 4 stars? Last night, bro. Also, Red River Gorge is also beautiful. There's a lot of beautiful places in the U.S. Like, a lot of people are like, oh, you should go out of the country and whatnot. I'm like, dude, there's a lot of places in the U.S. that I want to visit before I even think about going out of the country, really. Like, my wife wants to go to Japan, which would be cool. I mean, I'd like to go to Japan too, but like, there's so much in the U.S. that I want to visit way before I go out of country. Like, I'd love to go to Yellowstone Park. I'd love to see the freaking redwood trees. I'd love to go to the Grand Canyon. I've never seen it. Hell, I've never been to Devil's Den, and I live in Florida. I want to go to Devil's Den in Florida. I've always wanted to go to Ruby Falls. We did that in the summer, which was gorgeous. I loved it. My cousin lives in Tennessee, so we went over there, spent time with my cousin in Tennessee, and we went to Ruby Falls and all that. So much fun, man. We had so much fun this past summer, and we want to do more. Like, we want to be able to take another road trip. Like, the road trip part was the most fun part of the trip for me, because I love driving, and being like driving from Florida to Georgia and then going, like, once you start getting higher, like further north into Georgia, it just starts turning into mountainous terrains. And my kids have never seen mountains. My wife has never seen mountains, and it was awesome. It was so cool. Like, my kids were like in awe seeing the mountains, and like seeing like the peaks. Like, as we got into Tennessee, like seeing the peaks of the mountain that still has like some snow on it in the middle of summer. Like, my kids were in so much awe, and it was amazing, so amazing. And that's the kind of experiences I like to have, like with family and stuff like that. Oh man. I grew up in Arizona, and now I live in Montana, so I have a lot of opportunities to see amazing things. One place I would recommend you visit next time you're in Kentucky is National Bridge State Resort Park. All right, I'll check it out. I gotta get going. They're letting my kids out of school, so I gotta get going, guys. I will see you later on in a stream later on tonight. I just wanted to hang out with you guys for a little bit, because I like doing these kinds of streams from time to time, but I got to get going. So thank you guys so much for hanging out for a little bit, and all you Opais, I will see you all later. Aster, thanks again one more time for the dono. Appreciate it. I need to give shout outs more often at the end of streams for people who donate. I don't do it enough. I give shout outs at the moment, but I want to give more shout outs at the end of streams for people who donate and stuff. So, Aster, thank you so much once again for the dono. I appreciate it. I will catch you all later. See ya later. Bye. Out.